Welcome to English Grammar 1, Unit 29. May and might 1. May and might are used to express possibility or probability. The form of may and might is like this. May is followed by base form and might is followed by base form to express present possibility or probability and the future possibility or probability. But if we speak about past possibility, then we use may plus have plus past participle or might plus have plus past participle. This is the form. Study this example situation. You are looking for Bob. Nobody is sure where he is, but you get some suggestions. Where is Bob? Another person says he may be in his office. Now, if the person is sure that he is in his office, then he says he is in his office. He is in his office. But when the person is not sure, the person may use may, and it becomes like this: he may, and be is returned into its base or changed into its base form be. So it becomes like this: he may be in his office. When we are sure, we say he is in his office, and if we want to use may, we say he may be in his office. Is it changed into its base form be, because may is a modal auxiliary verb followed by the base form for the present and the future. And we can say he might be in his office as well. That means perhaps he is in his office. Another person may say he might be having lunch. If we are sure that he is having lunch, then we say he is having lunch. And to express possibility, we use may or might. Then we say he might or may. And is it changed into its base form, then it becomes be. So the statement will be like this: he might be having lunch. There is a possibility that he is having lunch now. So we say he might be having lunch. Perhaps he is having lunch. That means perhaps he is having lunch. A third person might say, ask Anne, she might know. Here the main verb is know, and to express possibility we use might. Then it becomes she might know or she may know. Perhaps she knows. When we are sure, then we say she knows. We say she knows when we are sure. When we want to express possibility, then we use might, and we say she might be or she might know. She might know. We change knows into its base form and it becomes know. So we say she might know. And we don't use s because after might we use the base form. So it becomes she might know or she may know. We use may or might to say that something is a possibility. Then to conclude, we can say that may and might are used to express possibility. Usually you can use may or might, so you can say it may be true or it might be true. Perhaps it is true. When you are sure, then you say it is true. When you are sure about the thing, you say it is true. To express possibility or probability, you are not sure, then you use may and might, and you can use may and might, any one of them, it doesn't make any difference. They have the same meaning. There is a very slight difference between them. Then you say, it may be sure, or it might be, it may be true, or it might be true. If you are sure, then you say it is true. And to make it possibility, you use may and might, and is changed into its base form be. So it becomes it may be true or it might be true. When we want to say that she knows, then we say she knows. When we are sure that she knows, then we say she knows. And to make possibility or probability, we may use might and may. And no, knows is changed into its base form no. So it becomes like this. She might know or she may know, because may and might are followed by the base form. The negative forms of may and might are may not and might not or mightn't, followed by the base form. So to say it is possible that it is not true, then we say it may not be true or it might not be true. That means perhaps it is not true. She might not work here anymore. Here, if you notice, you find that we use not after might between might and the base form of the verb work. So it becomes she might not work here anymore. So to conclude, for the structure, we use may and might followed by the base form to express possibility or probability now or in the future. And if it is negative, we add not after may and might. So it becomes like this. I may be true. I may be in his office or in my office. You may be doing work. He may be working. He may be having something. And I might be true. You might be true. He might be true, etc. And you might be doing. He might be doing. I might be doing. And I might know. You might know. He might know. Or I might work. He might work. You might work. To make it negative, in the negative form we use not. Then it becomes like this. I may not be true. You may not be doing. He might not know. B. For the past, we use may plus have plus past participle, or might plus have plus past participle. So the form becomes like this. May have done or might have done. By done here, we mean past participle. So to express past possibility, we use may and might plus have plus past participle. Example 1. I wonder why Kate didn't answer the phone. And here we have didn't, underline didn't. And didn't means we speak about something in the past. So the other person says, she may have been asleep, or she might have been asleep. Here may or might used followed by have plus past participle. If we are sure, then we say she was asleep. When we are sure, to make it possibility, we say she may or might have plus the past participle of was is been, then it becomes she may or might have been asleep. That means perhaps she was asleep. Example number 2, I can't find my bag anywhere. I can't find my bag anywhere now. You might have left it in the shop. And here part B is the answer about something happened before now. Something happened before now. If you don't find the bag now, you might have left it in the shop when you were in the shop. When you were in the shop, not now. You are, suppose, for example, at home. So we mean here a past situation. You left it in a shop. So if we are sure, we say you left it in a shop. To express possibility, we use may and might. And in the past, we say you might have plus past participle. Then it becomes you might have left it in a shop. Means perhaps you left it in a shop. I was surprised that Kate wasn't at the meeting yesterday. And here we have yesterday and we have wasn't and we have was surprised. All indicate the past situation. So we say to express possibility, we use possibility in the past. And if it is negative, we use not with might. Then it becomes she might not have plus past participle no. The past participle of know is known, then it becomes she might not have known about it. This is a negative possibility in the past. The last example here, I wonder why David was in such a bad mood yesterday. And we have here yesterday, that indicates past. Then the other person says he may or might not, and it is negative here, might not, plus have plus past participle of was, it becomes been. Then he says he may or might not have been feeling well. Means perhaps he wasn't feeling well. To conclude the structure here, for negative possibility in the past, we use may or might plus not plus have plus past participle of the verb. If the verb is was or were, then it becomes been. If the verb is a main verb, then we have the past participle of the main verb as known, had, wanted, and left. So it becomes like this. I may not have been asleep, or I might not have been asleep, or I may not have been at home, or I might not have been at home. You may not have been doing it. You might not have been doing it. He might not have been doing it. I may not have been working. You may not have been working. You might not have been working. He might not have been working. He may not have been working. And I may or might not have known. He may or might not have known. You may or might not have known. All the same. C. Could is similar to may and might. We say that may and might are used to express possibility or probability now or in the future or in the past. As well, we can replace may and might by could to express possibility. For example, it is a strange story, but it could be true, means it might be true or it may be true. You could have left your bag in the shop. It can be changed by may or might. We can say you may have left your shop your bag in the shop, or you might have left your bag in the shop. Or we can replace may and might and use could, and it becomes like this: you could have left your bag in the shop. But in the negative form, couldn't is different from may not and might not. The previous part in C is about positive. We can replace may and might by could and have the same meaning when they are positive, when they are negative, when the statement is positive, when the possibility is positive. But if the possibility is negative, then if we can't use couldn't in the place of may not or might not. If we use couldn't, then we have a different meaning. Then couldn't is different from may not and might not. Here is a comparison between couldn't and may not and might not. Sarah couldn't have got my message, otherwise she would have replied. Here we have only one possibility, that she might not or she may not have got my message. So we can say she couldn't have got my message, and here is one possibility only if we use could, and that is only, we have only one choice. There's one possibility. It is not possible that she got my message. And so when we use couldn't have got, we mean that it is not possible that she got my message. We have one choice here. But if we say, I wonder why Sarah hasn't replied to my message, I suppose she might not have got it, or she may not have got it. Here, perhaps she didn't get it, and perhaps she did. We have two choices. We have two possibilities here, not one possibility. But in the previous example, or in the first example, we have only one possibility, that she did not get my message. But in the second example here, I wonder why Sarah hasn't replied to my message. I suppose she might not have got it, means here we have two possibilities. Perhaps she didn't get it, and perhaps she did, but she didn't answer, or she didn't reply. Unit 30, may and might too. Here is extra information about may and might, and here we use may and might to talk about possible actions or happenings in the future. Here we speak about the possibility in the future by using may and might, and we use base form after may and might, similar to the present possibility. For example, I haven't decided yet where to go for my holiday. I may go to Ireland. And here we have may plus base form, and we speak about future. Perhaps I will go there. There is a possibility to go to Ireland in the future. It means like this. Example number 2, take an umbrella with you. It might rain later. And we have later here means in the coming future. So we use here might plus base form to express future possibility or situation. And it means perhaps it will rain in the future. Third example, The bus isn't always on time. We might have to wait a few minutes. Perhaps we will have to wait. That means perhaps we will have to wait. And we might have to wait means we might, possibility in the future. The negative forms are may not and might not plus the base form, still again similar to the present but used for the future. Liz may not go out tonight. She isn't feeling well. Perhaps she will not go out tonight. It means perhaps she will not go out tonight. We have here may plus not plus the base form used for the near future. There might not be enough time to discuss everything at the meeting, the coming meeting. So we use may or might plus not plus the base form of is becomes be. So it becomes there might not be enough time to discuss everything at the meeting. Perhaps there will not be enough time. It means perhaps there will not be enough time. Compare will and may and might. When you say I'll be late this evening, means in the future, the coming evening, you are sure that you will be late. Here you express that you are sure about that. You are sure that you will be late. But when you use may and might, you express possibility. You express possibility or probability. You are not sure about it. You say, I may or might be late this evening. When you use may and might, then there is possibility. You are not sure about that. It might happen or it might not happen. You speak about possibility. You speak about possibility in the future. But when you use will, you are sure about it. B. Usually you can use may or might. So you can say I may go to Ireland or I might go to Ireland. Jane might be able to help you or Jane may be able to help you. Here we speak about possibility in the future. You can use may or might. It doesn't make any difference. They have the same meaning. But we use only might, not may, when the situation is not real. When the situation is not real. When the situation is not real, we use might, not may, like can and could. We use could when the situation is not real. And when the situation is not real and to express possibility, we use might, we don't use may. We use might. It is incorrect to use may. If I were, for example, if I were in Tom's position, I might look for another job. We use here might because I'll never be in Tom's position. It is impossible. So the situation is not real. That's why we use here might to express possibility. To express possibility, here we use might plus the base form. The situation here is not real because I am not in Tom's position. So I am not going to look for another job. May is not possible in this example. That's why we don't use may, because the situation is unreal or not real. I can't be in the position of Tom. I'm not going to look for the job. That's why we say here, or I say here, if I were in Tom's position, I might. I use might, not may. I might look for another job. Number C. There is also a continuous form for possibility. we use may and might plus the base form of am is are. It is be plus verb plus ing. Compare this with will be plus verb plus ing. Don't phone at 8:30. First example, don't phone at 8:30. I'll be watching the film on television. When I say I'll be watching the film on television, means I will be in the middle of watching the film. I will be at that point in a continuous situation watching the film. So we use future continuous here. We use will and I am sure plus the base form of am it is be plus verb plus ing, then it becomes I'll be watching the film on television. Example number 2, don't phone at 8:30. I might be watching or I may be watching the film on television, and here I express possibility. There is possibility I will be watching. There is a possibility that I will be watching the film on television. Perhaps I'll be watching it. I am not sure. There is possibility. There is a probability to be in a continuous state of watching the film. I might be watching. So we have here expression of possibility, continuous possibility, and we use might or may plus be plus verb plus ing in the future. We also use may and might be plus verb plus ing for possible plans. And here we speak about possible plans. We don't speak about plans. We speak about possible plans. If I say I am going to Ireland in July, if we use present continuous to express future arrangement, then we use a present continuous here. And we say I am going to Ireland in July. Here I am sure. I have the plan and maybe I bought the tickets. So I am sure about it. So I use present continuous for future plans. If the plans are possibility only, then we use may and might before am. And am is changed into its basic form or to its base form be. Then it becomes I may be going or I might be going to Ireland in July. And here we speak about possibility and possible arrangement in the future. But you can also say I may go or I might go with little difference in meaning. You can also say I may go and might go with little difference of meaning. And here we speak about the action in general in the future, possibility in the future in general. But it's somewhat with might be going, it is specified somewhat. D. Might as well. Rose and Claire, this expression is used to say that there is no better alternative. This is the best alternative to do. So we use it. Rose and Claire have just missed the bus. Here is an example. The buses run every hour. What shall we do? Shall we walk? We might as well. It is a nice day and I don't want to wait here for an hour. We might as well means we might as well walk or we might walk. We might as well do something equals or means we should do it because there is no better alternative. There is no reason not to do it. May as well is also possible. We can say might as well, and we can say may as well. What time are you going out? Well, I am ready, so I might as well go now. I might as well go now. We use the base form of the verb after will. So it becomes I might as well go now. It is equal to I may or I might go now. But here we say this is the best alternative or the best choice to do. Buses are so expensive these days, you may as well get a taxi. Here we have may as well. You can say you may get a taxi. But here to say this is the best choice. So you say you may as well get a taxi. Taxis are as good, no more expensive. That's all. Thank you.